Hey guys, Master Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are jumping into the Extreme Class only stage of Extreme Super Battle Road to try out the new LR Frieza on Cooler's team. So technically we are running the Transformation Boost and Terrifying Conquerors team, but basically running well, we're almost running a full Wicked Bloodline team. I thought, why not for the physical unit, since obviously for the Extreme and Super Class stage, you do have to bring one unit of every type. So I thought we might as well bring Kid Buu, pump those numbers up a little bit with the God of Showcases himself, get that 50% extra buff. So this is going to be a pretty good starting turn here, as long as Cooler doesn't get super attacked by Trunks. Because we can go ahead and lower Trunks' attack with Cooler, and then obviously we're just going to tank all the hits in slot 1 and 2. If we get double supers in the middle, we would actually die though, which would be hilariously annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and use an Icarus here, because we at least get it active for next turn as well, and next turn we do have Kid Buu on rotation. So having an item active when Kid Buu is on rotation is definitely a good idea, because post Easy A, even with providing support, like his own defense is quite bad. So having an item active already is good. Trunks already got his super out of the way, so that's perfect. We don't have to worry about him supering Cooler. Goten would still do a lot of damage supering Cooler, but fortunately Cooler escapes the super attacks in the middle. So unfortunately it looks like the LR Frieza is in slot 7, so typical for a showcase. You love to see it. But, you know, the important thing is the final fight of the Extreme Class only stage, we do have a Goku, so that is going to work out quite nicely. I think we can probably go ahead and leave you here. If he does a load of supers, I don't think he can take out Goten, but whereas we might be able to take out Trunks if we combine the third form Frieza attacks with the Cooler here. And then we'll throw Kid Buu at him as well, why not? So we'll double attack lower the Trunks, and then we'll just throw as many super attacks at him as we can. So a crit from third form Frieza to start off is pretty good. Wow, we got super unlucky with the additionals though. So only one super attack, which means his defense is not going to be too crazy. So fortunately, get the free level 5 dodge though from him being an int unit, fair enough. And then Cooler, and attack lower Trunks. Hopefully he'll be able to, with this support from Kid Buu, he should be able to tank Trunks pretty well now. Let's see. Yeah, double digits. Okay, perfect. And we take double digits from Goten as well, who hasn't been attack lowered. I mean, there's type neutral, but still, in ESBR, taking double digits type neutral is still pretty good. So Cooler obviously still a very good unit, having the support from the Kid Buu. Because remember, Cooler is not on the sworn enemies category, so he doesn't get the support from the third form Frieza. So okay, so what do we want to do here? There's going to be an awkward rotation if Goten super attacks, but fortunately the LR Frieza is on both of the categories that the Cooler supports, so regardless of how many enemies there are, we're always getting his support passive, so that is good. We'll go ahead and do this, and then we will pop a heal. I'm going to use the Princess Snake instead of the Android 8, because we do have type disadvantage. And if as good as Frieza is, especially getting off one of his 18 key supers to raise his defense, if Goten super attacks him here with type disadvantage with no item active, we potentially would get one shot, especially if we're not on full health. So Frieza, of course, in the second slot here, so not going to get a guaranteed additional, but he's going to take out Trunks fairly easily. We do get the defense raise, and unfortunately we don't get the extra attack, but here's the super, so using the item was definitely a good idea. We still take 278k. Wow. That shows you just how ridiculously powerful type disadvantage is in ESBR, because Princess Snake is obviously not the most powerful damage reduction item, but yeah, that is pretty crazy. So we're not going to have the full damage reduction here with this Frieza, but Goten is attack lowered, so we can do this. That is a ton of healing as well. How much defense does third form Frieza have? 150k. Because remember, he only raises his defense for one turn. on super, and then at the end of the turn that defense goes away, but he infinitely stacks his attack. And I believe he is on both categories as well. Yeah, he is. So he's always getting the support from Cooler, which is pretty nice. So we'll leave Cooler untransformed here, because we can at least lower attack again. Hopefully, since Goten super attacked last turn, we're not going to get another super attack here. And at least Tech Golden Frieza, without his passive active, because we started the turn on too low HP, he does more damage. So with Goten attack lowered, we didn't have to take a lot of damage back. And we got a quite decent crit with him. And then third form Frieza is firing off his super attacks. There we go. Let's get the third one as well. 2.88. So very close to 3 million already. Obviously, Super Battle Road being a shorter event, you're not going to see infinite stacking units get up to insanely high numbers. But, I mean, that's still pretty good overall. So, alright, we'll go ahead and start off the second fight. So the second fight is always the most annoying because you have 5 enemies. So, obviously, we have 5 separate chances to get super attacked. I could run the risk of putting... There's a lot of attacks in both slots, but there's definitely more in slot 1. It would be quite risky to put Frieza in slot 1, although he will get the guaranteed additional if we do that. Or he picks up big bad bosses, though, if we put him in the middle. I think getting big bad bosses is probably more important, so let's go for Roshi with you, and then see if we can just get rid of Piccolo here, because we're getting 23 key super. So we'll go ahead and Whis, and then we will Android 8 as well, because this stage, Extreme Class is still one of the more difficult ones. And obviously we've got units on rotation like Kid Buu, who's not the best defensively, but using these 2 items at the same time, whilst I guess it kind of seems a little bit like overkill, but it means for the first 2 turns, we'll be pretty much untouchable. And what we want to do is just try and deal out as much damage as possible. So obviously this LR Frieza, if we can get the additional with him, we probably just take out Piccolo, especially because we have Kid Buu on rotation. But you can see all these super attacks, all of them were directed at Golden Frieza, which is a little bit annoying because normally that is exactly what we would want. So maybe we didn't need to use both the items, but we're keeping ourselves safe here. Yeah, see, we don't get the additional again with Frieza. So I was thinking about putting Frieza in slot 1 and just using like a Whis, but he definitely would not have sat too well with taking all of those super attacks. So I should really try and get the third form Frieza and him together, or at least just float off the third form Frieza, because as good as he is, we definitely need to have that support for the LR Frieza just to really like power him up. So we'll go ahead and do this, and then between Cooler and third form Frieza, we should be able to finish off Piccolo, as well as do a little bit of extra damage to Gohan, depending on how many additional super attacks the third form Frieza wants to get. And then we're not super far away from the Dokkan attack, so unfortunately it's not very likely that we'll be able to wipe out everyone before we get to the Dokkan attack, because it would be nice to save it for the third fight, but probably not going to be the case here. 3.1 million attack stat for Frieza. The friend Frieza I brought, I believe, is Tiger's, and both his and my Frieza are Rainbow Full Level 10 links, so obviously Cooler, still a very, very powerful unit. But hopefully, third form Frieza here can finish off Piccolo with this first super, and then go on to Gohan. We get 2 normals. Can we get an actual super attack here? Come on. Alright, we get 3 additional normal attacks, okay. So we chip down his health a little bit, then we get supered. We only got 1 defense raised, but we have the items active. And then we get the slot 1 tanking. In fact, you know what? Because we have type advantage with Krillin, we should actually do... No, let's do this. I don't want to lose Golden Frieza completely now that I think about it. So we can go ahead and put Frieza in slot 1. If he gets super attacked, then it's not ideal, but he can take out Roshi here. We'll get the guaranteed additional. And then, let's see, will you be able to take out TN with type disadvantage? Possibly not. And then let's attack lower Gohan. So, should be good here, just as long, I was going to say, as long as Krillin doesn't super attack in slot 1, that would be pretty awkward. But Frieza 5.5, he doesn't link up super well with the AGL Golden Frieza, but we are getting the support buff from Cooler. So I want to try and get third form Frieza in the mix as well, because then obviously we get a ton of extra stats from him. So he has been floated off now, ready to come around onto the rotation. The thing is, like, the best way to run this really is to just have both the Coolers and the third form Frieza as the floating support units, because Cooler is the only person on the team that the third form Frieza doesn't support, and they'll never be on the same rotation if you float it like that, so it doesn't matter that he's not supporting him. Whereas Cooler is obviously providing support to everyone else on the team, and so is the third form Frieza, so that works out pretty well. Took quite a bit more damage there than I was expecting, but here we go. So I think best way to do this here, we're obviously going to finish the fight here. So we go ahead and transform Cooler. We'll get the Dokkan attack with him. Because Gohan is around, obviously the Dokkan attack will be a guaranteed crit. So that should absolutely wipe out everyone, and we can move on to the final fight against Goku and Vegeta. So this stage, like I say, the Extreme Class 1 is still pretty hard. Obviously, I have done the no items run. Like, there are certain teams that can get it done, but you do have to be quite lucky when it comes to your rotations and how things get set out. Because, like, this stage can still be pretty hard. Like, we've spammed items pretty hard on this run just to try and make sure we get the W, which is obviously what most people care about when you're trying to go through this, especially for the first time. So even though we have used 4 items already, that means we have 4 left for the final fight, because at least you can be a little bit more liberal with your item usage in Extreme Super Battle Road, because there's only 3 fights on this stage instead of 4 in the normal mono stages. So obviously in those you really want to be careful that you don't use more than like 2 items in one fight, whereas obviously for a lot of the category stages there's only 3. In fact, I think all the category stages are 3 and the mono stages are 4. But so for the category stages, you can afford to use like 1 extra one per fight, and then you still have a spare one at the end. And obviously, Goku and Vegeta at the end of this particular one are can be pretty tough. But so having this, this is going to be a really good first turn. In fact, you know what? We probably should just go ahead. See, look how many you get. 4 links. I don't have big bad bosses at 10 yet with him, which is unfortunate. So they do actually have the same links. So he's missing big bad bosses. So once my Frieza has big bad bosses at 10, then obviously it would be better to have him in the front. But if we go ahead and use the Whis, because we get guaranteed crits because Goku is here, you don't actually have to attack Goku. So we'll attack Frieza and get the Vegeta with Frieza, get the guaranteed crit on him. And then I think we probably should attack him with the third form Frieza as well, just because if we get lucky with crits, we can potentially just finish him off in one turn. Because the AGL Golden Frieza's not really going to do a lot. But 6 million turn 1, basically, for Frieza. Pretty good. Because this is the thing, right? People complain about Frieza's defense on turn 1. Like, this is one of his weakest moments, you would say. Turn 1 in Extreme Super Battle Road. But you pop a Whis and you take double-digit damage. So it's really not that huge of an issue. We get the double crit supers, so we take off 2/3 of Vegeta's HP straight away with the LR Full Power Frieza. Then we get a crit with Golden Frieza? No. Yeah, you can see his damage not particularly great. So kind of hoping that the third form Frieza can get some crits here. Don't want him to take a ton of type advantage hits unless we can get multiple supers, and then obviously the multiple defense stacks on top of the Whis is going to be good. But if we don't crit, we don't do damage, basically. So we get the 4th attack. Well, we got all 4 attacks, but only 2 supers. 2 defense raises is good with the Whis active as well. There's the level 5 dodge. Why not? And then, yeah, double digits. So very strong turn. Actually, I think we can afford to leave Cooler in slot 1 here just so we get the links active. Because we can get him to attack lower Goku here. And then I think Golden Frieza will be able to finish him off. We still have the Whis active as well, so we don't really need to worry here. Yeah, perfect. Double-digit damage. So now that Goku's attack lowered, unless he super attacks Cooler, he basically won't take damage with the attack lowering stacked with a Whis. Yeah, perfect. And now if they want to super attack Golden Frieza, that's perfectly fine. Because I mentioned this in a previous video recently. If you take a unit that already has damage reduction, and then you throw a damage reduction item up on that turn, they're just not going to take any damage. Like, this will be double digits. Yep, 74 damage from a super attack from Goku. That's what we like to see. And then hopefully Cooler can actually finish off Vegeta here, because he's got very low HP. We've got almost a 3 million attack stat with him. Is he dead? Yeah, there we go. And then we just got... Ooh, so... We take the risk on slot 1? I think we do. What extra links do you get, if any? None. So yeah, there's no point having him in slot 1, really. A super attack would be not ideal, but we're on full health. We've got type advantage. So if we do... this, drop these orange orbs down. I think what we will do, just in case, I'll throw up an Icarus, because if we don't beat him this turn, Kid Buu probably gets slapped up a little bit in the last spot here. But with a 50% buff, Frieza is going to do big damage. 5.75, we're going to get a guaranteed crit and a guaranteed additional super attack. So this should be pretty good here, because we've got type advantage as well. Yeah, we did almost half of his HP with that one super attack, so that was pretty good. And then the second one, can we get that free level 5 one pop off? No, sadly not. That would have been great. Just absolutely destroy the Goku in one turn with LR Frieza. If he super attacks Kid Buu now, though, I'm going to be really disappointed. Because we got the Icarus item active. We get a crit with Kid Buu, we get the dodge, and then he super attacks as well. Perfect. Oh, wow, we survived with 226 health. I actually thought we were going to die then. That's insane. Wow. Alright, so you want to play like that? Okay. Well, we're not going to heal here, because we don't need to. You can finish you off. But that is actually crazy. Kid Buu with the type disadvantage. This is why you don't really bring Kid Buu into Extreme Super Battle Road. Because even with an Icarus active, I can't believe we survived that. 450k HP. I didn't know the odds exactly. And then, yeah, we took 450k damage. So for a second, I thought we were actually dead. But we survived with 226 health. And there you go. So AGL, LR, Frieza on the Cooler team. Extreme Class Super Battle Road. Still a pretty tricky stage, this one. You can see type disadvantage supers are nothing to joke about. But there you go. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.